Here we have a SAT math problem. Okay, let's go to the question. Which of the following is equivalent to the expression x to the third power positive x squared times y negative x negative y? Okay, in the given answer choices, I have to find the one that is equivalent to this expression. Okay, when I go over the answer choices, in each answer choice, I have the expression in factor form. So that is, we have to get the factor form of the given expression. Okay, now let me take the given expression as it is. That is x to the third power positive x squared times y negative x negative y. Okay, now we can factor this expression by grouping. That is, we can consider the first two terms as one group and the next two terms as another group. Okay, what is the greatest common divisor for the terms in the first group? That is clearly x square. So now we can factor x square out from the first group. Okay, when I factor x square out from this one and this one, now to get the stuff inside the parentheses over here, I have to divide the terms by the one I factor. That is, I have to divide this x cube and this x square times y by this x square. Okay, when I divide this x cube by this x square, I am getting x. And when I divide this positive x square y by this x square, I am getting positive y. Okay, now let's go to the second group. What can be factored out from the second group over here? We can factor negative 1 out. Okay, when we factor negative 1 out to get the stuff inside the parentheses, we have to divide each term in the second group by the one I factored out, that is negative 1. Okay, when I divide this negative x by this negative 1, I am getting positive x. And also when I divide this negative y by this negative 1, I am getting positive y. And also if I want, I can verify, that is, I can distribute this x square to this one and this one. I must be getting the terms in the first group. And when I distribute this negative 1 to this term, I must be getting the terms in the second group. Okay, so x square times x is x to the third power and x square times y is x square y. Okay, so that's perfect. And when I distribute negative 1 to this x, I'm getting negative x. Negative 1 times positive y is negative y. Okay, now let's consider this expression. So here we have two terms. This is one term, this is another term. What is the greatest common divisor for these two terms? That's clearly x positive y, because we find x positive y in both the terms. So we can factor x positive y out. Okay, if x positive y is factored out, we are left with x square in the first term and negative 1 in the second term. Okay, now let's write x positive y over here as it is, and we can write x square negative. We can write this 1 as 1 square. Even when I write this 1 as 1 square, it's still equal to the value 1 only. Okay, here we have a question. Why do I have to write this 1 as 1 square? Because I want to get an expression in the form a square negative b square. Actually, we have an identity for a square negative b square. This is the difference of two squares. Whenever we have difference of two squares in this form, it can be written in the factor form, that is a positive b times a negative b. Okay, to get expression over here exactly in this form, I wrote 1 square for this one. So now it's still equal to this x square negative 1, and also this expression is in the form of a square negative b square. Since this a square negative b square can be written in the factor form a positive b times a negative b, so this one also can be written in the factor form like this one. So here at the place of a in our problem we have x, at the place of b we have 1. So when I write this one in factor form, so I have to write x positive 1 for a positive b and x negative 1 for a negative b. Okay, now let me do it. Then we get x positive y times, for a positive b I have to write x positive 1, and for a negative b I have to write x negative 1. Okay, now I got the factor form of the given expression, that is x positive y times x positive 1 times x negative 1. I find this stuff exactly in answer choice D. The correct answer choice for this question is D.